4 years later, someone else going to step in. Or
Yeah,
could
well, I
step
don't
in.
think things should ever be set in stone and unable to be changed. But I mean, that's the trade-off of democracy, right? I mean, you have the ability to change things, and sometimes the change might not go the way you want. I always find it amusing when the Chinese compare their system to the Americans. So it's like in China, the government doesn't change, but the policy does. Whereas in America, the government changes, but the policies don't. You know, it's a very fucking compelling argument.
You sort of got to admire the Chinese though as well, because they've sort of mastered that like democratic doublespeak. Like they're a shameless authoritarian regime, but when you look at a lot of their like press releases or like public statements about political events and things like that, it's almost like quite sort of like liberal democratic language, speaking about cooperation and all of these things. So it's like I think it's a great sort of example of doublespeak.
Chinese are running rings around us, bro, and it's like at least the Chinese are upfront about who they are.
Yeah.
But they're not in a sense,
but China's not claiming to be a liberal democracy. We claim to be a liberal democracy with free speech protections, and we'd love to lecture them about the Uyghurs and Hong Kong and whatever fucking skullduggery they get up to in the South China Sea. Oh, you guys are pulled out of international treaties. Look in the mirror, you cunts.
Yeah.
The gall. It just infuriates me.
I guess it's a perfect example of that raid. If that raid was to happen in China, it would be like, it's a dictator using their powers to shut down a political future opposition. But it's in America, it's like, we're exercising the rule of law. The rule of law is above no one. That's what they're saying.
Well, it highlights the danger of when you abandon a principle in order to get somebody that you think is bad. But in order to do so, you have to violate a principle that's important. It's a very, very slippery slope, and that's sort of what's happening with Trump. But I think with this whole raid and this attempt to, impeach him or get him charged criminally so he can't run again.
Yeah,
it's pumping his tires up
100%
again. Like I reckon it's going to blow back and blow up in their faces again, because it lends credence again to that anti-establishment sort of platform that he ran on the first time.
Yeah.
So I think that it's a dangerous game to be playing. They better make sure that this shit sticks, because if it doesn't, I think
nothing has stuck.
No, what they're going for is that he's retained some sort of official record from his time in the White House, and if you have done that, then you're precluded from running for office ever again. So it's like a way of stopping him from ever going for presidency again. What I can't understand is the political naivety of the Democrats and the Department of Justice in doing this. Like, surely there's some smart fellas or ladies in there who understand the consequences of getting this wrong and what it's going to look like.
Just desperation.
To energize the other side. And it makes you wonder, is this by default or is this by design?
If you like the song by Sum 41, Fat Lip, that was a fat clip. And if you want more of them, click right here. If you want to watch that full episode, click here. And then finally, if you want to subscribe to our channel, click right here. Stay hard, motherfucker.